G'day guys, if you just got yourself a Cobra bag, congratulations, and you want to learn how to use it, how to set it up, the basic technique, this video is for you. Now let's get into the setup of the Cobra bag. So the first thing, and probably the most important thing, is to have the bag set up at the right height for you. Now I recommend having it at chin level when you're standing up straight. And the reason for that is when you're fighting, when you go in a fighting stance, your knees are slightly bent and you're moving around. And you're moving around at this sort of level. So when you're punching, the bag is at that level. You don't want to be punching upwards. You want to be punching at the level where you are. And so your opponent will be at the same level because your opponent will be moving around as well. And knees bent, legs slightly apart. So that's the level you want it to be, not up here. And you want to set it up so that you've got the longest reach when you're starting off. And the reason for that is you want the bag to move relatively slow, or as slow as possible when you first get started. Later on, as you get better, you can raise the spring from the bottom up and then reduce the height of the reach, the length of the reach, and increase the speed. But that's later on. Now the other key thing to check when you're training is to ensure that the ball is correctly inflated. Now this ball is inflated just right. You don't want to be too soft, but you don't want to be overly hard as well so the stitches are starting to come apart. So you want it to be nice and firm. You don't want it to be soft. And that's important because when you're punching it, you want that rebound to be nice and firm when you punch it. That helps with that. Now I haven't got the gloves on, but that's the other important thing, gloves. So boxing gloves, I highly recommend using boxing gloves. Not only will it protect your hands, but it will enhance the rebound. So it'll give a better rebound because of the springiness in the gloves. The ball itself is springy, you've got the spring, and together with the springy gloves, that's going to give you bigger rebound. So that's aside from protecting your hands. Also wearing gloves helps build your shoulders because it's extra weight on your hands and you're keeping your hands up, so it'll help build your shoulders, help build the strength in your arms. Now the other really important thing is to ensure that your base is really sturdy. So if you're using sandbags like I am, make sure the sandbags are filled to the very top and possibly even add some extra weights. But the base should not be moving much at all down here below the spring. You don't want any wobble down there. The other important thing, if you're using the multi-base, make sure this hose clamp, this metal hose clamp that comes with the multi-base is nice and tight around the collar. So that'll give you extra rigidity at the bottom. Now in terms of positioning the Cobra bag in your home, you want to position somewhere centrally where you can move around it. So you want to have plenty of space behind you as well. You don't want to be cramped. I am a little bit cramped here because I've got the couch behind me. Ideally I should have nothing here to interfere with my movement, and you want to be able to come in, go out, come in and go out, as well as move laterally. Now if you don't have a lot of space in a particular room in your house, you can have it up against a corner with two walls. Ideally you don't want to be next to a window in case you hit it and it rebounds and hits the window. So close to a wall in the corner, so you've got at least 45 degrees to work around, move around if you don't have a lot of space in a particular room that you're going to be using. Okay, so when you're first starting off with a Cobra bag, the idea is just to start with little light taps and get the feel for the spring, get the feel for the movement of the bag. You don't want to hit it hard so it comes back at you and smacks you in the head. You just want to start like that and just feel it. Let the ball come to you and just feel that rhythm and you'll get the hang of it. And you want to probably make sure you keep your hand up as you're jabbing. So let the jab out. You can stand back and let the jab out, and the ball will come back. And that's what you want to do. You want to build up that rhythm, just using the jab. And like I said, just gentle taps. You don't want to be smashing it really hard, although you can, but as you get better, you'll be able to do that and coordinate it. But initially, just that. Now you can also do little combos like that. But just get the feel of the rhythm. And breathe out as you punch. Just like that. As you get better, you can also move around. And therefore, it's important to have it positioned somewhere where you can move around. Move in and move out as well. So once you start getting into serious practice, lower your stance and increase the pace or increase the force with which you hit it. And don't forget to breathe out. And once you've established a rhythm with the ball, with the Cobra bag, you can start hitting it harder, throwing more weight into it, and then doing combos. You can do hooks as well. So just experiment. It's all about experimenting and moving out of the way or moving side to side as you punch it. Now that's all there is to it, guys. As you practice more and more, you'll just get better and better. And with time, you'll be smashing the Cobra bag for all it's worth. Don't forget to breathe out as you punch. And as you get better, you can reduce the top section, the length of the reach, and increase the bottom section to maintain the same height. And that'll increase the speed of your Cobra bag. And here it is on the fastest speed. I've shortened the top, extended the bottom. It's the same height, but now it's moving a lot quicker. Alright guys, hope you enjoy. Stick around, more to come, and I'll see you guys in the next video.